It's a pleasure having you again on our Weekend Magazine program, Sunday Special, where we celebrate people, events, and culture. Well, this week's edition of the program promises to be entertaining, educative, and enlightening. So I did implore you to stay glued to your TV set and don't touch the dial. But first, let's have the news segment. I am S.C. Owamaka, and we begin with where the federal government has announced plans to revive and recapitalize the Bank of Agriculture. Minister of State for Agriculture and Food Security, Aliyu Sabi Abdullahi, stated that this initiative aims to enhance farmers' access to credit, thereby boosting food production. He shared this information during a meeting with the Emir of Borgu, Mohammed Sani Haliru. The minister emphasized that the government is implementing reforms within the Bank of Agriculture to improve its services to Nigerians and to ensure food is both accessible and affordable. Abdullahi also assured that efforts are underway to intensify the development of various cluster farms across the country.
Hope agenda. And the Renewed Hope agenda is designed to recalibrate Nigeria on the path of prosperity and inclusive growth so that no one is left behind, poverty is significantly reduced, food is available. The plan is to recapitalize the Bank of Agriculture and reform it and restructure it and unleash it on Nigerians so that they will do agriculture and make food available to be affordable, make food accessible to be affordable, and in the right nutritious content.
As a positive force for change on the African continent, the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, OFLAD, is seeking to improve the lot of women by building agencies and partnerships that can fast-track the implementation of its 2025 to 2030 strategic framework. This is thrust of engagement at the organization's 29th Ordinary General Assembly held on the margins of the 38th African Union Summit in Addis Ababa. State House correspondent Adene Taiwo reports that the Nigeria's First Lady, Oluremi Tinubu, addresses the session as a new member of the steering committee of OFLAD.
They are the mothers of the continent, and the 29th General Assembly of the platform, the Organization of African First Ladies for Development, OFLAD, is again convened to champion women's leadership and rights 30 years after the Beijing Women Conference of 1995.
A generation from now, my daughter,
like it was then, issues about promoting opportunities for women, stemming gender-based violence, and securing the future of African children are still germane and rather more acute on the continent that now faces a $16 billion funding gaps. For Nigeria's First Lady Oluremi Tinubu, the theme of the assembly is a call to reflect on African values and how they can impact a new vision and reality for women on the continent.
This year marks 3 decades since the adoption of the Beijing Declaration. The impact of this declaration is evident in the remarkable progress Nigerian women have made, emerging from our villages to big cities and even the world stage.
Although our journey with OFLAD began in August 2023, she notes that much has been accomplished for women, youths, the aged, and other vulnerable groups in Nigeria through effective implementation of OFLAD advocacy initiative by our pet project, the Renewed Hope Initiative.
I want to assure this gathering that I will do more for Nigerian women, girls, and the youth in line with OFLAD's Strategic Framework 2025 to 2030, and we must all do our part in our various countries to make us earn a place among the Committee of Nations. We must remember that Africa's true prosperity will be built upon the foundation of our rich history, vibrant cultures, and the strength of our people, with women and youth playing a pivotal role in shaping our future.
It is a defining moment for the organization, which is going through a leadership transition as the First Lady of Sierra Leone, Fatima Madabiu, takes over from the First Lady of Namibia. But the vision, effective implementation of OAFLAT 2025-2030 strategic framework remains unchanged.
We can pursue this by leveraging every tool and resources at our disposal to achieve targets across each of these areas. You work together towards overall vision and develop Africa and helping and empower children, youth, and women. Let us take a moment to reflect and pray for the nations in Africa that are facing war and conflict. May peace, justice, and stability prevail. Let us
Well represented at the Assembly, international organizations and funding partners say they are poised to walk the next stretch of the road with OAFLAT, calling on the first ladies to ride the momentum against existing and emerging threats confronting the future of the continent. From Addis Ababa, Adeniyi Taiwo, NTA News.
Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu is assuring Nigerians in diaspora that his administration's reforms will deliver a more prosperous Nigeria that all citizens would be proud of beginning from this year. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris gave the assurance as he represented the president at a meeting with executives of Nigerian community in Ethiopia. Promoting legitimate cross-border trade and cultural exchange with neighboring countries will foster economic growth, improve cultural exchange, strengthen relationships, and boost revenue generation and economic integration in West Africa. This is the perspective of the Controller Nigeria Customs Service, Ogun One Area Command, Idiroko, Mohammed Shuaibu, at the 4th Annual Festival of Arts for Economic Development held at Idiroko, Ibokia local government area of Ogun State. Hakim Jibo has the report.
The interactive session brought heads of various security agencies from Nigeria and Benin Republic together to brainstorm on how to foster integration in trade, arts and culture for economic prosperity.
This is Idiroko in the Ibokia local government area of Ogun State, a border town between Nigeria and Benin Republic. We have just crossed over from Benin to Nigeria. The Festival of Art and Culture for Economic Development has become a platform for the integration of both countries.
The Controller, Nigeria Customs Service, Ogun One Area Command, Mohammed Shuaibu, and his counterparts from Benin Republic believe that the potentials in a robust, legitimate trans-border trade between both countries cannot be overemphasized.
We have what we call the import and export provision list. The moment you get to customs, they will sensitize you and they tell you what is important and what is not good. So I'm just telling the whole world that even the currency declaration that we always have to, if we are traveling, as a traveling passenger, you have a lot of privileges that you enjoy. But be as it is, you must declare your currency as you are traveling out with it. That's why we prefer to use art as a tool to educating people and to promoting culture and integration, not just in Nigeria, but across the world. Also, to carry along the security personnel at the border, for them to understand that this border is very unique.
A guest speaker who dwelt on the topic cross-border trade, what it is and why it matters, identified the porous nature of the border, language barrier, policies, currencies, and cultural differences as some of the challenges of cross-border trade and suggested the way out.
It is important to promote exports through cross-border trade as a major source of foreign exchange earnings. This will control inflation, increase foreign direct investment, and create employment for sustainable economic growth and development.
The Controller thereafter led the delegation on the facility tour of artworks exhibition stands within the command. From Idiroko in Ibokia local government area of Ogun State, Hakim Jimo, NTA News.
And talking educational matters, the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, JAM, has clarified that it does not select examination towns for candidates taking the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Examination UTME or the optional mock examination. In a statement signed by its head of public affairs, Dr. Fabian Benjamin, the board notes that 90% of the available slots for the optional mock examination across the country have been filled, leaving only a few states with available spaces. According to the statement, the only states with remaining slots for the optional mock examination are Gombe, Jigawa, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, Plateau, Sokoto, Taraba, and Yobe. Candidates interested in taking the mock examination in these states are encouraged to select their examination towns accordingly, while emphasizing that the board does not want to be overstretched, since the mock examination is only meant to give candidates an opportunity to experience the computer-based test CBT environment and enable JAMB to test its facilities. Candidates are advised to choose their examination towns carefully. They should consider travel logistics and convenience to ensure a smoother experience on examination day. And to criminal matters, operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA, have busted a trans-border drug trafficking syndicate, arresting 4 members in intelligence-led operations, during which multi-million naira worth of tramadol pills were recovered. In another interdiction, operatives of the Intelligence Department intercepted a commercial bus coming from Onitsha, Anambra State at a badge checkpoint, FCT Abuja, on 4th February, arrested by operatives during a raid of her Lekki home, where 169.5 liters of nitrous oxide, popularly known as laughing gas, and 111 grams of loud were recovered. Meanwhile, raids and arrests of different types of illicit substances, including WADA advocacy, were carried out in Kano, River, Borno, Ekiti, Taraba states during the week under review. And now to sports. Jacob Kiplimo of Uganda made history by breaking the world's half marathon recorded in Valencia. For more details, let's join Suleiman Musa on Sports Update.
The International Basketball Federation, FIBA, has unveiled its latest women's basketball rankings, making it the first update for the year 2025. Nigeria's Tigers continued to dominate the African football scene, maintaining their status as the continent's top-ranked team. This recognition comes on the heels of their impressive 4th consecutive title win at the Women's Afrobasket Championship. In the global rankings, the Tigers secured the 11th position with 577.9 points, reaffirming their place among the world's elite teams. Elsewhere, former Super Eagles coach Jose Peseiro has been appointed the new head coach of Egyptian Premier League club Zamalek on a 1.5-year deal. The appointment marks the second coaching change of the season for Zamalek, following Christian Goss and Portuguese coach Jose Gomez departure for Saudi Arabia in November. Peseiro will take charge immediately, with Zamalek set to face Petrojet on Sunday in the 4th round of the Egyptian Premier League. And finally, Uganda's Jacob Kiplimo became the first person to run a half marathon below 57 minutes as he shattered the world record of 48 seconds in Barcelona Sunday morning. The 24-year-old Kiplimo ran 56 minutes and 42 seconds to eclipse Ethiopian Yomi Kechelcha's previous world record of 57 minutes and 13 seconds set in Valencia in October. Kiplimo's time is the best single improvement on the men's world half marathon record. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News.
We now go on a short break, and Sunday Special will return after this timeout to join us again.
Chief, you are welcome. Oh, this people said, oh, thank God, the light is back. Oh, again, why are you still living in the past? Have you not heard of solar? Chief, forget all these fake products in the market. Don't get mad. Get Bifrost and Suntress American solar battery and panel. It is the original Indian product in the market. Approved by Sun, Bifrost and Suntress America. Tubular battery. They have super inverter, Suntress and PPT controller, and street light for church, offices, factory, mosque, hospital, even industries. Visit Easy Blessed Nigeria Limited, head office, Easy Blessed Plaza, F10 and 11, Alaba Arago Junction, Alaba International Market. Ring them on 08036 830 557, 08039 644 115. Vipers and Zantress America. Solution to steady life.
Which TV station means different things to different people. What made NTA stand out for you in 2024?
Babu shakka, babu wani gidan talabijin a ƙasar nan da ke nuna al'adu kamar yadda gidan talabijin na ƙasa wato NTA ke nunawa.
Kò sí ibikíbi tí ẹ wà ní orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tí ẹ ò ti lè wo ilé-iṣẹ́ tẹlifíṣàn ìjọba àpapọ̀ NTA kétékété kódà kò sí ní abúlé wa.
Standard NTA Batarulu Okopa Okalibuwo Okoko now NTA Kalisakali.
Information, outstanding performance. NTA
got the steam. For decades, we've towered high with sponsors as partners and viewers as pillars. And as we lead 2024 forward, we welcome you to a superlative 2025. Because at NTA, you can't beat the reach. NTA, thank you.
All right, you're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is our Weekend Magazine program, Sunday Special, where we celebrate people, events, and culture. Life is ephemeral, death is debt, that all living must pay, so one must live a life of service to humanity. These were the words of Most Reverend Joseph Akinfewa at the funeral service held in honor of late Basi Ekeng Akinde, wife of Bishop Adebayo Akinde, who is the retired Bishop of Lagos Province. Ometere Chiedu was there.
The journey to Mother Earth of late Basi Ekeng Akinde started with a Christian wake-up at All Souls Anglican Church, Lekki, where family members eulogized late Basi Akinde as a virtuous woman with impeccable character, whose footprint will ever remain indelible.
So we are celebrating the victory of somebody who has made it to heaven. In the university system, you don't just talk about liberation, it is the beginning of the race. You just go at the convocation at graduation because now you have a certificate. Mama has graduated. That's the reason why Solomon advised us it's better to go to a premier ceremony than party here and there. Why? Simply because it will bring us back to our senses to know that our times are in the hands of God.
Mama is very humble. Mama is very, very generous. You can't go to Mama and leave her house empty-handed.
It was indeed a gathering of clergymen, members and representatives of the government as they came to pay their last respect and commiserate with the family of retired Archbishop of Lagos Province, Adebayo Akinde, over the demise of his wife. In a sermon at the commendation service held at Cathedral Church of St. Jude, Ebutemeta, Most Reverend Joseph Akinfenwa reiterate the need for Christians to invest in relationship and impact the next generation positively.
People who did not work for those riches will now start enjoying them. They will consume them. They will not even care that you once existed. Which means that our pursuit of wealth and patronage of a good life is simply not worth it. Please don't wait till the day of death to discover that fact.
For family and friends, Mama Mainland, as she was fondly called, was an humble, generous, and prayerful person who inspires everyone she comes in contact with.
My mother's life and times was marked with a deep devotion to God, to her family, to her profession.
My mom's a very, very loving woman, a very prayerful woman. a very warm woman, a very kind woman also. I think that, first and foremost, her prayers, her love for us will be very, very greatly missed.
Always caring, always prayerful, always supporting. The family should continue to work together. The church, they know their role. We are all here to care about each other. We are all here to live a life of care. Life is worthless if you don't care for other people.
I think one of the biggest secrets she has is that she's accommodating. She gave good leadership to the women and, of course, the girls.
Late Bassey Akinde died at the age of 77. She survived by the husband, retired Archbishop of Lagos Province, Adebayo Akinde, and children. In Lagos, Ometerechi Edu, NTA News.
Oh yes, indeed, life is ephemeral and no one knows tomorrow. So let's leave a service of humanity. May the soul of late Bassey Ekeng Akinde rest in perfect peace. This is where we draw the curtain in this week's edition of Sunday Special. Let's do this again, same time, same station next week. Until then, do have a great week. I am Ese Omomaka. Thanks for your time.